For many years, the effect of the Civil War on civilian life was neglected in many history books. Telling the tales of generals and soldiers on the battleground during a brutal conflict naturally took precedence. But recently, with understanding shaping their own times, historians have begun telling the story of the home front, Confederate and Union.
Most of the war was fought on Southern territory, so life in the South was a lot more difficult than life in the North.
The South had to create their own government, which didn't allow them to have very much money. This caused the prices to soar.
By the end of 1864, their money was worth 1/40th of its original face value. People were selling hams for $350 a piece, and flour was going for $425 a barrel.
These shortages caused riots and made people learn to make do with what they had. Some used wallpaper to print their issues on, and shoe polish for ink.
The primary reason for these shortages was the Union blockade.
The blockade was used to capture southern ports and slow down their trade with other countries. But the South took risks and sent blockade runners to get supplies. Without blockade runners, the South's defeat would have come much quicker.
Now Britain, they could have totally changed the war if they joined.
Britain, having the strongest navy in the world, honored the blockade instead of accepting trade with the South and possibly joining the war against the North.
Now, the North had their problems too. They had shortages, stuff like that, but it wasn't nearly as severe as the South.
In fact, the North under Abraham Lincoln prospered after the first secession.
So, during the Civil War, I had to go fight because I got drafted by conscription. So, I really had to rely on my machines, my reapers and stuff like that. So yeah, they're my best friend.
As a result of using machinery, such as the McCormick's Reaper, the northern farmlands produced more crops than before.
Overall, the South really was destroyed by the Union blockade. They had trouble behind the lines, and the North didn't have much trouble. They had some, but not nearly as much as the South.